Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. First, the headlines. Desiani Alison Madu charged with bribery, UK police. Troops ambush insurgents in Zamfara, fall attack by suspected Ipob members in Imo. Meeting with Niger coup leaders fruitful. Nobody wants war. Abdul Salami Abubakar. Alleged 6.9 billion naira fraud again. Emefiele's arraignment stalled as court fails to list case. And on sports, moments to be Amusho tackle journalists over charges question. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. The news shortly. Former president of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, Desiani Alison Madu has been charged with bribery offences relating to our time as Nigeria's oil minister. The United Kingdom National Crime Agency (NCA) said on Tuesday. Alison Madu, 63, has been on bail since first being arrested in London in October 2015. She will appear in court in the British capital on October 2nd, the NCA said. Soon after her arrest, her family's lawyer told AFP she would strongly contest corruption allegations that have dogged her during and after her time in former President Goodluck Jonathan's government. Alison Madu, in office from 2010 to 2015, was the first woman to be oil minister in Nigeria and the first female president of the global oil cartel OPEC. The head of the NCA's International Corruption Unit, Andy Kelly, said in a statement, we suspect Desiani Alison Madu abused her power in Nigeria and accepted financial rewards for awarding multi-million pound contracts. The NCA said Alison Madu allegedly benefited from at least 100,000 euros, equivalent to $127,000 in cash, careful driven cars, flights on private jet, luxury holidays for her family, and the use of multiple London properties. The charges also detail financial rewards, including furniture, renovation work, and style for the properties, payment of private school fees, and gifts from top designer shops such as Cartier jewelry and Louis Vuitton goods. Bribery is a pervasive form of corruption which enables serious criminality and can have devastating consequences for developing countries, Kelly said. These charges are a milestone in what has been a thorough and complex international investigation added. Alison Madu has been living in the upmarket St. John's Wood area of North London since she was first arrested and undergone chemotherapy for breast cancer, according to her family. At the time of her arrest, the NCA said only it had detained 5 people in London on suspicion of international corruption, without naming those held. The Nigerian government of Jonathan's successor, Muhammadu Buhari, later confirmed Alison Madu's arrest and said its law enforcement agencies were cooperating with their British counterparts. Former Army General Buhari began an anti-corruption drive after taking office. In March, the agency, which targets international and organized crime, provided evidence to the U.S. Department of Justice, allowing them to recover assets totaling $53.1 million linked to Alison Madu's alleged corruption. Troops of 34 Artillery Brigade operating in the 82 Division Nigerian Army area of responsibility have foiled an attack by suspected members of the indigenous people of Biafra and its armed affiliate Eastern Security Network (Ipob ECN) on its forward operating base at Okoji along Owerri-Onitsha Expressway. This is according to a Tuesday statement by the Director of Army Public Relations Onyema Onyechukwu. The Irredentis fighters attempted to attack on the troops on 20th August 2023, but met their Waterloo when they came under the superior firepower of the vigilant troops. The troop neutralized one of the fighters, while 2 others were arrested. Also, as others fled the scene, statement added. Items recovered at the scene of the shootout include 1 vehicle, 1 mobile phone, 1 machete, 9 empty cases of expended 7.62 mm special ammunition, and 1 empty case of expended 12.7 mm ammunition. Meanwhile, troops in the northeast are recorded another feat with surrender of a Boko Haram fighter and his wife. The Joe surrendered to the troops of the 26th Task Force Brigade garrison in Gwozo, with items recovered from them including one AK-47 rifle and 10 live rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition. The Nigerian Army enjoins all abiding citizens to support its operations to enhance security across the country. Former Nigerian head of state Abdulsalami Abubakar has said that his delegation's meeting with Nigerian Republic coup leaders over the weekend was fruitful. The special envoy of the Economic Community of West African States said diplomacy won't fail to restore the democratically elected government of the post-President Mohamed Bazoum. Abdulsalami briefed ECOWAS chairperson and Nigerian President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday over the outcome of his delegation's meeting with the coup leaders in the neighboring country, Niger. Addressing reporters after the meeting at Aso Villa in Nigeria's capital, Abuja, Abdulsalam said nobody wants war, expressing optimism that diplomacy won't fail. As you are aware, the ECOWAS head of state have made me an envoy to the Nigerian Republic, and over the weekend we were there to see the military people and discuss and find a way out of the lacuna we find ourselves, the envoy said. I must say that our visit to Niger was very fruitful. It has opened an avenue to start talking, and hopefully we will get somewhere. We have started talking, they made their own point and I made mine, and I report to the ECOWAS chairperson, and I will now consult with his colleagues. Hopefully diplomacy will see the better of the day. The coup leader Abdurrahman Chiani had said the junta will return to civilian rule within 3 years, but ECOWAS rejected the move. Meanwhile, the African Union has suspended the Niger Republic over the ongoing situations. Army officers talked with Bazoum on July 26, prompting the West African Regional Bloc, ECOWAS, to threaten to use force to reinstate him. ECOWAS agreed to activate a standby force as a last resort to restore democracy in Niger. It has said it's ready to act, even as it continues to push hope for a diplomatic solution. And to the next story. The expected Wednesday arraignment of the suspected governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Ebi, over an alleged procurement fraud to the tune of 6.9 billion naira has again been stalled. The matter was not listed on the court list of the Federal Capital Territory FCTI court in Abuja on Wednesday with no reason given, as lawyers to both parties were absent in court. The suspended CBN governor, who appeared before the court last Thursday, was supposed to be arraigned, but the arraignment was stalled due to the absence of the second defendant, who was said to have been indisposed. Although Emefiele, the fourth defendant, was present in court, the second defendant, a female CBN employee, Saadatu Yaro, was not in court. Following an application of the adjournment, the presiding judge, Justice Amza Mohazu, adjourned the matter to August 23, 2023, today. From that story, we'll go to the sports story to conclude today's national news. At the ongoing World Athletic Championship in Budapest, Toby Amushon tackled a European journalist in the mixed zone after the 100 meters hurdle heats. Recall that Amushon, after being provisionally suspended for skipping 3 drug tests over a 12-month period, was finally cleared before the competition began. The 26-year-old record holder opened a title defense with a routine of 12.49 seconds, run to win heats 5 on the Tuesday. After the race, Amushon spoke to the media at the mixed zone, and it was all going smoothly until a European journalist asked about the charges brought against her by the Athletic Integrity Unit, which have since been vacated. I'm talking about my fans, and you're talking about charges. What charges? She quizzed. The journalist then repeated his question about how she felt about the charges brought against her. Leaning forward to check the name of the reporter on his badge identification, she said, "Mr. Cattle, I'm not going to answer your question. You have asked the same question 5 times now, and I'm not answering it. You run fast, they want to talk about my shoes. You don't run fast, they want to talk about what's going on." So she concluded. With that sports story, we've come to the end of today's national news. Before we go, some headlines. Desiani Alison Madu charged with bribery, UK police. Troops ambush insurgents in Zamfara. Foil attack by suspected Ipob members in Imo. Meeting with Nigerian coup leaders fruitful. Nobody wants war. former head of state Abdulsalami Abubakar. Alleged 6.9 billion naira fraud. Again, Emefiele's arraignment stalled as court fails to list case. On sports, Moment Tobi Amushon tackled journalists over charges questions. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is BGI TV Current. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. Good afternoon.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.